Hi everybody, it's Mary Jo from Enchantress Tarot. This video is for all of our Cancer-centric people for November 2018. That would mean Cancer is your sun sign, your ascendant sign if you know that. And it could be if you have the moon in Cancer. It could even if you have a lot of planets in Cancer, like a stellium of personal planets. Anyone who's Cancer-centric. Alrighty, and this is for the month of November 2018. So let's see what your main development and what's ahead for you this month. Okay, so it looks like our Cancerians are moving into calm waters. I think Aries got this card too, but let's just see. So like the swords, you know your thoughts and words. So this is like the worry and the fear, the anxiety, depression, doubt, suspicion, gossip, you know, anything you think or speak coming at you, sarcasm, hurtful things being said. These are all things that were sinking your ship. But it's kind of like, you know, the focus for the development ahead is we're saying the 6 is the balance number. All of this stuff that was going on, maybe you've been worrying about something the last few months. You know, you applied for a job and you're worried if you weren't going to get it, or a promotion, or you were trying to talk to this person and you didn't hear from them, or you're waiting on good news and you're worried about it. Even if it wasn't the news that you wanted to hear, and whatever this is, it's saying that this month your balance will be restored to your mental realm because you were focusing on it or over-identifying with it. And it may have been in an anxious way, or this wasn't what was best for you. The good thing is that you're on board with it. You know, like you came to peace with it. Like let's say you didn't get the promotion, or you didn't get the raise, or you found that you're not pregnant. Whatever was going on in your life with this person, place, or thing, you're taking it as like a grain of salt. You know, you're just letting it go and knowing that it wasn't meant for you at this time. It's restoring your mental perspective. Because with Cancer, you like to know things. You like to trust what you feel or what you sense. And this is a lot of swords. And I'm looking at the swords here too. And it's not always a comfortable place for Cancerian people. You are the first of the mystical houses. So you do focus more on your abilities of sensing and knowing things. The mental realm is really not a great place for many Cancerians to be in. I have to tell you though, like I said, you got on board with this. You know, other people might have just sunk their ship over it, but you're taking it as experience and chalking it up to that. Because with this card, it's saying everything you just went through was a learning curve for you. Something you had to process. It maybe wasn't divine timing, but you're taking all of this experience of what you just went through in the immediate past or most recent past, and you're taking it to where you're going. And you know, you're going with the flow. Now it's not showing you where you're heading in the card. You see, it just kind of ends. You're going into the unknown here, but it is a matter of you're giving it up to spirit, to God, to trust, and let the waters of life take you to where it is best for you. Spirit is always there to guide you. You do have these calm waters here and clearing skies, and you're going to a new horizon here. You're not alone, and for many of you, maybe this is involving a young child, someone with you that you care for, but you know, you're feeling empowered here. There's that yellow cloak around you. You're protected. You're being loved and nurtured. And go with the flow right now, dear Cancerians. Go with the flow. You're going to be all right. This is in the past for you, and if you could take the knowledge with you that it wasn't worth the stress or anxiety of it, the arguments, the crosswords, and now it's a time for you to heal from it, so go with it, because that 6 is that number of Venus for balance. And you know, with Venus in retrograde until November 17th, a lot of us are feeling a lot of breakups and separations. It's really not a good time to start a love relationship, buy a big ticket item like a house or a very expensive car or boat or anything large ticket, because Venus does rule anything of the earthly planes and what you value and who you value, how you value. So it could even be something that was going on from the past month or so that you're reevaluating, and now you've got a clear head going forward, and you're really trusting yourself again. I like this for you, Cancer, because this is definitely the Knight of the Cups, is the water sign. You see his face isn't occluded by his armor. It's up, so he's focused on that cup. Now the cup is empty. Other times, other cards show you a fish or something in there. You're focusing on filling that cup, that Holy Grail. And there's some illumination, like an aura around there. The horse is white. For me, it's like a purification process. You purged, you cleansed, and it's time to have like a clean slate. You're going forward. You're not rushing into anything, but you're just trotting along, going your way, and you're focused on the sensual pleasures in life. I feel loved, I feel appreciated, I feel valued, I feel good about me. This is what you can't buy in your life. And the Knight does take action. So you're taking action to fill that cup with all the sensual pleasures and feeling good about yourself, knowing, dear Cancer, that once you feel joy, love, bliss, instead of worry, angst, anxiety, fear, depression, you know with that cup of feeling, it is igniting something to come to you in your life. And the Knight does take up the cause for the King and the Queen. So it is something that maybe you are looking to change in your life and you've been afraid of, but you're heading there now. And even though it's unseen, you're riding along. You know, you're going from water, that's your element of earth, even though you're stressed here, to the land. You know, it's like you got off the boat and you're embarking now and going on this beautiful journey of bliss and joy and happiness, focusing on what you can fill that cup with. You're armed to the hilt here. Let's see what you have. Okay, you do have the fish in the water here. That's your element, the water there. Your psychic abilities, your intuition. We are in an 11 vibrational frequency universally, 2, 0, 1, and 8. That's a portal number. 1 and 1, it's a master number, and it is about your intuition and trusting to go into that gateway with the realms of somewhere new. November is also an 11 vibration, the 2 1s. You can reduce them to a 2, and it is about coupling and partnering. So it could be you on this emotional journey and this journey of your inner divination to trust yourself again, that feelings that Cancer is always sensing things and knowing things. Let me see what else. Yeah, I don't feel like it's a, you know, like it's not a big leap for you. You know, there's just a little water here. You can easily get across this. It's really pretty calm water. It's not overly emotional. Like there's a little ripple here, but it's nothing tumultuous. I really feel like you're going to get through this month. And with this position, it's the best mental attitude for you. Where here this mental attitude was uncomfortable and stressful, worrisome. Here there's a sense of peace in you. You know, I keep seeing the wings here and here too. It's interesting because this is a water sign to have the wings to take flight. So maybe mentally you're going to start to clear your mind and ground yourself to Gaia and let the Earth's energies flow through you, back to universe, from universe, through your prana, back to Earth, and be grounded and stable in your emotions again and mental realm. Then with the Queen of Swords. Now looking at the Queen of Swords, if this is a person in your life, she's usually single, widowed, or divorced. She may have lost a child. She's gone through a lot of suffering in her life. She's really carried the weight of the world on her shoulders, and she might even just be alone right now. She's good counsel when you ask her. If this is a woman who's an Aquarian, a Libran, or Gemini, she doesn't mince her words because, let's face it, you girls that are air signs, you just say it the way it is, and you can have a sharp tongue, razor sharp tongue, but you speak with clarity. Hopefully this queen has the wisdom of clarity. So if this is someone involved in this situation, this is who it is for you. They're offering a helping hand to give you their help, their guidance, their advice. Now, if that is not someone who's involved in this situation for you, helping you in this situation, offering you advice or helping hand, then this is even you, the energy you need to take on. Clear your head, okay? The sword is clarity, it's balance, it's justice. We see the clouds dissipating here again with all this white and all this white here. I really feel like this is a new beginning for you this month, and it's the action to take being logical and methodical. Where you were worried about this before, maybe it took away your stability and grounding stability of emotions. This queen has got it together. She's like the equivalent of Mr. Spock. She's like Mrs. Spock or Ms. Spock. She uses a clear head. Her judgment is swift. It's without emotion. She makes clean-cut decisions, a clear call, and it's not with any vindication or spitefulness. When she's a balanced queen or you're in a balanced energy, you're using mental clarity to make your decisions, and this is what's needed for you. And you might even be offering a helping hand or some guidance to someone else. You know, she's on a solid stone throne here. She's got a butterfly. This is a new beginning for you. So going forward, use that clear mental realm. Balance yourself again here and focus with clarity on what it is that you want and desire. Now, like I said, I started recording this and then it just shut off my iPad. So I had already picked out the cards for you for the Oracle. And the first one that just fell out was number 12, Slow and Steady. And this is our Enchanted Map Oracle cards. And we're looking at this, I said the Fibonacci sequence is there. That sacred geometry from when all things come. But it does look like the conch shell, the nautilus. And that reminds me too of Cancer with water. Okay, and life spewing from it, and then the wings. So we have all this air and water. So maybe if you have an air ascendant or a lot of air in your chart, or it is about you cleansing and purging your mental faculties. Let's see what it says here. For number 12, slow and steady wins the race. Remember the old cliche, slow and steady wins the race. This is a time for easy movement, unhurried steps, and a steady heart. Trust that taking life at a more leisurely pace will give you greater access to your dreams. Slowing down allows more contact with the juicier elements of your life. Savor them. Okay, so it's a moment of slowing down. Here too, you got on board and letting someone guide you, letting spirit take you to calm waters. Relax with this. And then also this one came out, the Bone Collector. We have this serious looking situation, but this bright and shining face on this woman who's a wise elder. She's got a timepiece next to her. The rabbit is fertility, and you know, maybe things are going to start hopping along for you. And oh my gosh, slow and steady wins the race. That's like the tortoise and the hare. So that's an interesting dichotomy. And then the number 1 is infinite possibilities. It's your potential that you haven't even realized yet. And remember, we all have potential. It's what we do with our potential that sets us apart as individuals. But let's see what the Bone Collector says. It looks like a very serious card, but I love her shining bright face there. It looks like an aura around her too. It says, you are whole and have everything you need within. So dear Cancerians, when the Bone Collector appears, she's asking you to look closely at your circumstances to see if you're fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Whenever we're wounded, especially when we're young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and accept a particular version of the truth that then sets up behavior or behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation that reminds us of the original event. Those are triggers in life, okay, guys? When we know about ourselves, thus becomes influenced by a perception of limitation. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable, or expect to be criticized. No matter what your question, the Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She has kept safe that which was stolen from you in the wounding and is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the Bone Collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find you have it after all. Anything is possible. With awareness, the wounds of the past need not define you. Very, very interesting that. So whatever was going on here that stressed you out, maybe took away your mojo about how you feel about yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm not strong enough, or I'm not wealthy enough, or I'm not handsome enough, or I'm not, whatever the lack was, we want you to move away from that and get back into trusting and loving yourself. And knowing that the wound sets from the beginning, especially Cancer is ruled by the moon. It is the mother. It is the 4th house. We do have in the 4th house our early environment of this life and our most recent past. It's our inner strengths and our ancestral roots. So there could be a lot of wound sets that are being triggered here that you need to work through and let go of, and have that mental clarity to know that you are worthy, you are beautiful, you are perfect, and everything is meant for you to have in this lifetime. So fill that cup. Alrighty, everybody. Well, thanks. I hope this was a good reading for you. I'll see you guys again in December. And as always, I wish you the best.